And we are the fire department that makes sure that Walt Disney World is safe. This is Firefighter Joel, and I'm Inspector Marguerite. And we're part of 155 of us. We have 4 fire stations that make sure that your visit here at Disney is safe. We're going to show you what it looks like in case you do have to see a firefighter. It's real important, parents, that the kids aren't afraid, because we never want to hide from a firefighter. If you see one, it means you need to go to him. So we're going to show you what he looks like, all right? Now, we call this turnout gear because his pants are all turned out over his shoes. Are you allowed to leave your clothes like that? I bet you're not. Well, we have to get dressed very fast. In fact, from the time we hear the alarm, we have 2 minutes before our truck needs to be going. We have 4 minutes before we need to be at the patient's side. So we need to get dressed very fast. We leave our clothes like that outside of the truck door, and that way we can slip on our boots and pull up our pants. Now his pants has lots of pockets in it, and it also has knee pads. And the knee pads are for a reason. The pockets have all kinds of tools, and the knee pads are because we do some crawling around also. Now we crawl just like you would crawl. Where does smoke go? Where? Where does it go? Up! It goes up towards the ceiling. So when we go crawl low and go, remember that, because there's a test after this. When you crawl low and go, that's where we can see better and also breathe better. Alright? So now we're going to put on his Nomax hood. The Nomax hood is something that protects his ears. We have firefighters that work with us that have been working for more than 20 years, because it's been about 20 years old, that they would get out of a fire when the tops of their ears would start to bubble up. We don't do that anymore. We try to protect ourselves. The gear gets different and different to make us safer. All right, we're going to put on his jacket. His jacket is like wearing 3 winter coats in Florida. It's very, very hot. In fact, we're so hot because we're dealing with fire. We're so hot that our sweat will burn our bodies. And we want to make sure it doesn't happen. So this coat is special where it takes away the sweat and traps it on the inside. The outside works like a raincoat. If you take any wet clothes out of a swimming pool or something, how heavy it is, it's a lot heavier. Now we're going to walk, when we walk around with all our gear on, it's about 65 to 75 pounds. So it's like me working all day with you on my back. That would be a lot of work, wouldn't it? Now it also has a special strap in the back, which is a safety harness that's built in. That's been around for a couple of years now. And that's so if Firefighter Joel's in trouble, and I have to pull him out, I won't pull him out by his coat anymore, because sometimes we used to pull the coats off. So now I can pull him out by the harness, and it goes right under his armpits and pulls him out safely. All right, now we need some air. This is our air pack. Our air pack is kind of like something else you've seen. Who else uses an air pack? Who else? Scuba divers do use an air pack. Yep, so they can breathe under the water, but we use an air pack so that we can breathe in the fire. The air lasts for about a half hour to 45 minutes, depending on how hard we're working and how hard we're breathing. There's also different devices on there that tells you how much air is in there, and alarms that tells you if you're running out of air. We have all the gauges on here, and he's turning it on. All right, there's a pass device also. The pass device is an alarm that says that Firefighter Joel is in trouble. If we stay, when we're working in a fire, we have to keep on working. If we are staying still, and a special alarm will go off. And we always work with 2 people. That's the alarm, and it means I got to go back and make sure Firefighter Joel is okay. I may have to pull him out by that strap that I showed you. All right, what else do we need? We got to get our mask for our face. Absolutely. Oh, thank you for helping. Yes, that's what we need. Now the mask protects our eyes and it helps us breathe when, very good, when we attach our regulator on there. Firefighters in the very, very beginning, when they used buckets and all, they had great big mustaches. Back in Chicago and Pennsylvania and Philadelphia and stuff. And they used the mustaches to make wet, stick in their mouth, and moisten their lungs to go closer to the fire. Of course, we don't have to do that anymore. What he's doing when he puts his hand there is to make sure there's a suction seal around his face. He's going to get his Nomax hood on, because we want to make sure nothing touches our face. We don't want any burns when we get out. We don't want to get hurt ourselves. All right, so we have pants and shoes and the coat and air, but we're not attached to the air yet. So we're going to go on the air, And this is where it sounds a little bit different. And this might be, yeah, it's not going to make any loud sounds, and it's okay. Listen, that's it, that's it. You're okay? Yeah, it's not a loud sound, but listen. That may sound a little strange to you if you're in a scary situation, but I want you to think about that. That's a firefighter, somebody you go to. So if anybody who's a little bit extra scared, we want to work with you a little bit longer, okay? Because that's what we've got to learn today, not to be afraid of a firefighter. What else do we need? What else do we need? His helmet. We need his helmet. I heard the second thing we need. We're going to put on his helmet. Helmets haven't changed much in 150 years. The first helmets were designed by a man who made luggage. And they were such a good design. It was out of leather back then, but it was such a good design that it pretty much is the same design today. Now, it's like wearing a baseball cap backwards. This is so that things don't fall down into the back of our coat. We don't want anything hot to fall down there. We also don't want any water to get down in the back of our coat. It also protects the tops of our head from anything falling on top. The goggles here, we don't wear them right now. Those are for going outside or something if we just need our eyes protected, but we may not need a breathing apparatus. The other thing we need are gloves. We need gloves. And that's for when we're crawling around and reaching around. We want to make sure that you don't get hurt. You know, that we don't get hurt when we're reaching out. Now, who has a safe meeting place at their house? Who has a safe meeting place? Can you tell me what it is? The mailbox. Parents, we have to practice. If you have more than one person living in your house, you need to practice a safe meeting place away from the house. We need to practice our fire drills because we need to make sure that the kids can wake up with the smoke alarm, and we need to have accountability to make sure that the whole family is safe before we call 911. You always get out to your safe meeting place. But sometimes we can't get out. If we can't get out, we would have to tell 911 that we're stuck in the house and that we need to have the firefighter come get us. So we're going to practice that. We know we got to crawl under smoke and stuff, and we know not to be afraid of the firefighter. But come on, let's practice. Let's go in our house. Come on. Everybody go in the house. Everything's fine. You could go in the living room, watch TV. You could go eat dinner. You can go wash your hands, go to sleep. Oh, everything's fine. There's no problems here. We're going to have some Disney magic, though. All right? Oh, my goodness. You're not sleeping. All right, let's see if we get some Disney magic happening. Oh, everything's fine still. I don't smell any smoke. Oh, there's fire. Oh, get low to the ground. Get low to the ground. We can't feel. The door is hot, and we put too much stuff in front of the window, so we can't get out. Get low to the ground, and we gotta let the firefighter come get us. Tell him, Firefighter Joel, here we are. Tell him, here we are. All right, he's pointing the way out. Get out to the safe meeting place. Go on, guys, crawl out. Crawl low and go. Crawl low and go. Awesome. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Good job. Get to your safe meeting place. He's going to make sure that everybody is out. We want to make sure everybody is safe. Let's see. Oh, Firefighter Joel, is everybody okay? Nobody's hiding under the bed. Nobody's hiding in the closet. Nobody? Are we good? Good job. Give yourself a hand. Awesome job. Oh, very good. We got one more lesson to learn, right? Hey, do we go back in the house? Can you go back in and get my $1 million? Oh, you're worth more than $1 million. You never go back in the house for anything. Only the firefighters are allowed back in the house, right? All right, one more lesson. You want to sit down or you want to stand up? Okay, sit down. All right. We know that we don't play with matches, right? We don't do that. We know that all. But do you know that you are not supposed to play with a dragon? Did you know that? If you play with a dragon and you give a dragon soda, the dragon drinks it so fast and he does what? What happens when he drinks too much soda? He burps. And he burps fire. Yes, he does. And what happens if your clothes would catch on fire? What would you do? Who knows? Do you know? What do you do? Sandra, come here. Come here. You're going to stop, drop, and roll. But we're gonna add one more thing. You're gonna cover your face. Everybody will get a chance. You guys sit down. You guys are very excited. I'm excited because you're excited. Oh my gosh. All right, what's your name? Sydney. We are gonna stop, drop, and roll. We're gonna make believe. Sydney, are you a teenager yet? No, but you're acting like a rotten teenager at Disney World. And you gave soda to a dragon? Oh, we're gonna make believe, all right? So, Sydney gave soda to a dragon, and the dragon burned. God, look, Sydney on fire. Can we stop, drop, and roll and cover our face? Get down to the ground? Get your whole body flat? Sydney's so good that she won that fire right off her. Roll, though, roll. Let me see. You want to roll fast? That's a slow roll, but a good roll. Good job, guys. So awesome. We learned. You did. Good job. We're going to get a chance to practice, too. So we learned. Let's go over it. What do we do if there's smoke in the house? We remember the knee pads? Oh. We call 911, but we crawl under the smoke. We get out and we stay out. We go to our safe meeting place, right? What do we do if our clothes catch on fire? Stop, drop, and roll. And most of all, we learn that firefighters are our friends. Can we say thank you, firefighter Joel? Thank you. And thank you guys for doing such a good job. Do you want to take a picture with firefighter Joel? Get a sticker. You can come up here. Do you want to practice stop, drop, and roll? Come with me, and then you can get a picture.